everybody. Mark, the Bad Catholic here. The last few weeks, I've been under the influence of Heath at serialatmidnight.com. And if you haven't experienced serialatmidnight.com, you need to go to Heath's YouTube channel, Serial at Midnight, and you need to go to his website, serialatmidnight.com. Because this guy is a serious physical media collector. A collector. He collects movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, all type of physical media, comic books, figures. He's all into pop culture. He's a young fellow, about 40, and it's just awesome. His YouTube channel's awesome. His website's awesome. And he also writes for another website called F This Movie and fthismovie.com, and they have a podcast, and that's also excellent. So everybody needs to go check those out, serialatmidnight.com and fthismovie.com. Both of them are really highly recommended. So being under the influence of Heath at Serial at Midnight, he goes and he does these videos where he goes to thrift stores and sees what kind of deals he can find on physical media, on DVDs and Blu-rays, to see what they've got. So tonight, I decided to traipse off to local Goodwill in the little town that I live in, and honestly, I didn't expect to find much that I would want and or that would be of interest. Au contraire, I bought all of that, $79 worth, and these DVDs and Blu-rays were supposed to be like $2 a piece. And the girl at the register rang them up gave them to me for 99 cents a piece and 79 cents a piece. So I struck pay dirt. So I got enough to keep me busy for about the next year just on stuff from just on stuff from Goodwill. And I tried to check all of these and inspect the discs and make sure they were all right. But people seem to like Heath at Serial at Midnight. Some of his most popular videos seem to be him just sitting around going over what he got at the thrift store. And so here's the Bad Catholic's trip to the thrift store. All right. We got a DVD, Unfaithful, with Richard Gere and Diane Lane, and I think that I've seen this. Got a disc. It looks like it's in pretty good shape there. I think that I've seen this, but I really, honestly, can't remember. But I'm looking forward to this. Okay, we got Say Hello to My Little Friend. We got Scarface by Al Pacino, the 2-disc anniversary edition DVD. See, everybody's just getting rid of these DVDs because nobody thinks with video streaming and then with Blu-ray, nobody wants this stuff. And so there are just tons and tons of this stuff out there. The slip cover's a little beat up, but the slip cover's a little beat up, and the case is a little beat up, but the discs look fine, and the discs look fine, and they're both in here. So we got all kinds of. We this is a hip hop classic. This is a really popular movie. The girl at the register even said so. this is like I says, the gangsters, the rappers and the gangsters love this movie. Okay. Say hello to my little friend. Okay. We're looking forward to that. Because I don't have a copy of it. Surprisingly. Okay. We got Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, unrated. So since it's unrated, I don't know how much of Cameron and Drew and Lucy that we get to see on the unrated version of Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, but we're gonna see. We're gonna check that out. Okay. I got a special collector's edition of Braveheart, which surprisingly I didn't have my own copy of this. And this is a widescreen version. Once again, discs look like they're in pretty good shape here. The thing about this movie is that I'm sort of a history guy, and the battle of the bridge, the big battle in the movie, in actual historical reality, it was over a bridge. Well, there's no bridge in the movie. The English were trying to cross this bridge, and the Scots stopped them from crossing this bridge and massacred them at this bridge. And I think it's the Battle of Hastings Bridge or something. I don't really remember, but there's no bridge in the movie here. And it was also criticized that some of the makeup, the blue Scottish war paint and all that, was not necessarily accurate, but it's a cool movie. What is accurate is that William Wallace did get hung, drawn, and quartered. That part is accurate. Okay, I don't know anything about this movie. This is called Three Kings, with George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, and Ice Cube. I don't know anything about it. And apparently it's about some soldiers trying to embezzle some money from the Gulf War. Never heard of it. Don't know anything about it. But I'm willing to learn. Okay. Got Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis, Too Young to Die. They were young, in love, and wanted for murder. And this is about them going on some murder spree. So we'll see. Okay, the widescreen special edition. Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones in The Legend of Zorro. See, everybody's getting rid of these DVDs because, but the truth of the matter is, you don't have to watch everything in high definition. And the truth of the matter is a lot of this stuff on these streaming services doesn't look any better than it would on the DVD because if your internet is sort of slow and that kind of thing, so you're not necessarily helping yourself. And besides that, for 79 cents, if I got to go on Amazon and pay $3 to rent the thing, I got it here for 99 cents or 79 cents. Okay, we got M. Shyamalan's The Village. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, and this is some horror movie, suspense movie. It's from the director, creator of Signs, Unbreakable, and The Sixth Sense. And look here, we got a nice little booklet thing in here. Nice little booklet thing, Okay. we got the Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver Surfer. And I kind of remember the Silver Surfer on comic books. And of course, this was somewhere $14.99 previously viewed, and I got it for 79 cents. So I don't think I can be bitching and complaining. We got an old flipper disc here. We got the widescreen versions on the back. Like I said, we got an old flipper flipper disc here, which is not optimal, but hey, for 79 cents, I couldn't go wrong. Okay, I got Dance With Me with Vanessa Williams and Cayenne. And that looks like that's, that should be pretty sexy. It says, full of sexual heat, sexy, vulnerable, innocent, smoldering, and sweet. Bonnie Britton, Indianapolis star. And, remember when Vanessa Williams won Miss America, but then had to get un-Miss America because they found her naked pictures, and then we got a nice little booklet thing here. So, okay, well we'll check that out. Dance With Me. Okay, Transformers. I never saw this when it came out. I got a widescreen version here. Like I say, 2007. Transformers. I never saw it. I remember the toys. But I remember the toys, but I never saw this movie. So, but. Okay, we got Babe the Pig, which I don't know anything about except it's a cute special edition of Babe the Pig. Looks like this is a full screen version, which that's not too good, but whatever. Okay, we got a widescreen version of John Grisham's The Rainmaker, which I never saw that either. And it's got Matt Damon and Danny DeVito in it. Rainmaker, John Grisham. Okay. We got The Astronaut's Wife. Johnny Depp and Charlize Theron. This is a feverishly stylish film in the vein of Rosemary's Baby. The Astronaut's Wife. I don't know anything about this movie. It just looked like it ought to be good. So I picked it up. It says Johnny Depp and Charlize Theron star as courageous NASA astronaut Spencer Armacost and his beautiful schoolteacher wife Jillian, a seemingly perfect couple whose lives are momentarily shattered when Spencer's mission mysteriously loses contact with Earth for 2 minutes. But neither Spencer nor Jillian know that those 120 seconds of terror will ultimately threaten their sanity, their future, and their lives in this heart-stopping psychological thriller the critics call one scary edge-of-the-seat nightmare. Okay? I never heard of this movie, but, it seems like it ought to be good, for 79 cents. Who can go wrong? Okay? And we got Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson, Lucy Liu, and Shanghai Noon. Okay, and we got a little booklet there. Disc still in here. So we'll check that out. Jackie Chan. Okay, we got Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie in The Bone Collector, and I have seen that. I have seen that. That's a really good movie. Denzel Washington is the police forensic crime scene guy, and he's just like the super. He's not just the crime scene guy. He's the super crime scene guy. But he's been very badly hurt, and he's restricted to bed, and is paralyzed and can't move, and he's trying to train Angelina Jolie to take his place. And there's some serial killer that's running around, and Denzel is trying to solve the mystery with Angelina being his eyes and ears out on the street, and Denzel's like solving the mystery from bed. So I have seen that one. Okay, I actually think that I may have a copy of Batman Returns somewhere in here. All of my DVDs and all of my movies are in the other room. So I actually think I got a copy of this someplace. If I do, I'll get rid of this one. But hey, for 79 cents, I just couldn't leave it there. But I think I got a copy of that. But I ain't sure. Okay, Billy Bob Thornton, Bad News Bears. So this is I never heard of this. This is a remake of the Bad News Bears. The one that I saw from the 70s had Walter Matthau in it. But this is a remake of the Bad News Bears with Billy Bob Thornton. And I'm a huge fan of Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton was the best Davy Crockett, or the most accurate portrayal of Davy Crockett in that Alamo movie that came out a couple of years ago. I'm an old guy, so if it came out 15 years ago, that was a couple of years ago to me. And also Switchblade. Who can forget Switchblade? You got any biscuits and mustard in there? How about letting me have some of that biscuits and mustard? If a feller wasn't needing to get a hold of the ambulance or the police, how would he go about it? Anyway, so I know that was scary. Okay. We got Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. We got The Rock, the Scorpion King. Okay. And I think I've seen this. I think I've seen it. Not exactly sure. I think I've seen it. We got Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes in a widescreen version of Ghost Rider. His curse became his power. I've never seen this. It just looked like it ought to be. I don't know anything about this movie. It just looked like it ought to be cool. It says Johnny Blaze, Nicolas Cage was only a teenage stunt biker when he sold his soul to the devil. And Peter Fonda stars as the devil. Remember, Easy Rider? So he sells his soul to Easy Rider. Years later, Johnny is a world-renowned daredevil by day, but at night he becomes the Ghost Rider of Marvel Comics legend. So this is based on a comic book. The devil's bounty hunter, he is charged with finding evil souls on Earth and bringing them to hell. But when a twist of fate brings Johnny's long-lost love, Eva Mendes, back into his life, Johnny realizes he just might have a second chance at happiness if he can beat the devil and win back his soul. To do so, he'll have to defeat Blackheart, Wes Bentley, the devil's nemesis and wayward son, whose plot to take over his father's realm will bring hell on earth unless Ghost Rider can stop him. Okay. Okay, moving right along. We got quite a lot of stuff here. I didn't expect to buy all this. I got volume 7 of excuse me. Excuse me. Dust on this old stuff. We got Jeremy Brett, the Sherlock Holmes from PBS, the PBS Sherlock Holmes series, and this is volume 3. So there were a bunch of these in front of this. But we got The Crooked Man, The Speckled Band, The Naval Treaty, The Solitary Cyclist, A Scandal in Bohemia, and The Dancing Men. So these are the ones that were on PBS with Jeremy Brett as Sherlock Holmes and Edward Hardwicke as Dr. Watson. And we got 3 discs that are still on the cradles there. Looks good. Okay, Daniel Craig Defiance, based on an incredible true story. I don't know anything about this. It just looked like it ought to be interesting. You know, Daniel Craig is James Bond. Has played James. Is playing James Bond. And it says Daniel Craig, James Bond, Quantum of Solace, stars as Tuvia Belsky, an ordinary citizen turned hero in this action-packed epic of family, honor, vengeance, and salvation. Defiance is a riveting adventure that showcases the extraordinary true story of the Belsky brothers, simple farmers, outnumbered and outgunned, who turned a group of war refugees into powerful freedom fighters. You know, they're fighting against the Germans, the Nazis. So, looking forward to checking that out. Okay, we got Robert De Niro, Kenneth Branagh in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Be warned, it's alive. And it says it's erotic and visually stunning. I don't know anything about this movie. This is Robert De Niro, Kenneth Branagh, Thomas Holtz, Helena Bonham Carter, Aidan Quinn, Ian Holm, and John Cleese, star in Branagh's acclaimed adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So, and we still got a little card in here with the scene selections and things. We'll check that out. Okay, this is a bunch of Flash Gordon cereals. Flash Gordon cereals from like the 30s. All right, we got Johnny Depp, Christian Bale, Marion Cotillard, and Michael Mann's Public Enemies. And I think this is about John Dillinger. I think this is Johnny Depp playing John Dillinger. I didn't see this either when it came out. I didn't see this when it came out. But we'll check that out. From award-winning director Michael Mann comes the film inspired by one of the country's most captivating and infamous outlaws, John Dillinger. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean series, stars as a charismatic and elusive bank robber marked by the FBI as America's first public enemy #1. And, you know, basically J. Edgar Hoover just had his men go out and shoot John Dillinger. You know, they just executed him. Now, he may have deserved to have been executed, but J. Edgar Hoover decided to be judge, jury, and executioner and just have him executed out on the street. You know, with the woman in the red dress. You know, he's going to be the guy walking down the street by the woman with the red dress, and she knew to duck and get out of the way, and they just shot him. Couldn't do that now. Okay, we got Night Shift with directed by Ron Howard, and you got Henry Winkler in it. Remember him? Happy Days. And this is a movie that years ago, when Ron Howard was on Saturday Night Live, that he was being interviewed by Eddie Murphy playing the movie reviewer, and playing the radical Black Power Muslim movie reviewer, and he said, well, you seen any of my movies? No, I hadn't. Is any black people in them? No, I hadn't. No, then I hadn't seen it then. So what's it about? I said, well, it's about these two pimps. And Eddie Murphy says, you made a movie about pimps and there wasn't no brothers in it? I don't know whether to thank you or knock you out. So this is a movie they were talking about, Night Shift. Looking forward to that. Okay, and like I said, I think I got this. That's Batman with Michael Keaton in it. I think I may actually have that back there. If I don't, hey, for 99 cents, can't go wrong. If I do have it, it'd be easy to, get rid of it. Okay, we got Pride and Prejudice. We've got Pride and Prejudice. I think my wife made me watch this one time. I actually did read that book. I read that book a number of years ago just to see what it was about and see what all the hooey-baloo was about. And I actually enjoyed it, but it ain't really about all this. It's only secondarily about all this romance business. What it's really about is that this is a country, Great Britain. It's got a woman as an absolute monarch, but a woman can't inherit from her daddy. So since they're three sisters, since they're all girls, when the father dies, all of his fortune is all gonna go to the nephew, and the widow and the three old maid sisters will be out on the street. So that's what the big hurry about the Bennett marrying the Bennett sisters off is. So that's what that book's really about. But anyway, okay, we got. I just had to have this. I imagine that it sucks. It looks like it's something that. It's 2015 by Forewarned LLC. So this is some right-wing this is some right-wing NRA kind of thing. Which I'm a gun owner. I was a member of the NRA, but it got to be a bottomless pit to drop money into, to send money to that thing. And they call you up all the time and bother you too, asking you for money. So I probably lost half of my YouTube. I just probably lost half of my YouTube followers by saying that I own guns and I'm a member of the NRA. But hey, hey, I'm in the deep South. But this says they've stolen our country. It's time to take it back. Amerigeddon said after the U.S. and UN conspired to attack the energy grid, martial law is declared. The Constitution is suspended and all personal guns are seized. Patriots in Texas fight back. That's going to be fun. That's the movie. That's the movie made by the Birchers. And a bunch of y'all are probably too young to know what I'm talking about. But back in the day, all the really, really out there right-wing people were all members of the John Birch Society. And y'all can look that up on Wikipedia and see what that is. Okay, we got Terminator 3 with Schwarzenegger. I know I got a copy of of the original Terminator, and I may have a copy of the first sequel. I don't think I got this one. And I see this was a formal rental disc because it's got movie gallery stuff stacked all over it. But hey, for 79 cents, how can I go wrong? Okay, I don't know what this is. It just looked like it might be funny. It's called A Day Without a Mexican, and this looks like, whereas that other movie we looked at looked like it was right-wing propaganda, this one looks like the left-wing propaganda. Says the California dream becomes a hilarious nightmare when the Golden State's entire Latin population mysteriously vanishes. Okay, so Donald Trump's policies were effective. But anyway, this is from way back in 2004. I don't know what this is. We'll see. Okay, we got Oliver Twist by Roman Polanski. We got, I don't know anything about this, The Mexican with Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts. It just looked like it might be entertaining. So we'll see. We got Coyote Ugly, about these girls dancing on the bar in the Coyote Ugly redneck Western bar room. It seems to me like I may have seen some of this, but we'll see. Okay. All right, we got Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott, Gone to Texas and Blue River. And I don't know, but it's a Western. I don't know what it is, but I like Sam Elliott, and it's a Western with Sam Elliott in it. I just love me some Sam Elliott. But anyway, okay, so I don't know, but it's a Western with Sam Elliott. Okay. We got the 2-disc special widescreen edition of the Phantom of the Opera, and that's still got the security tape up there. I mean, it's been it's been broken open, but just nobody bothered to pull it off. So we got us some Phantom of the Opera. Okay, Cruel Intentions, and this is some erotic thriller. It's got Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. I love me some Buffy. And Reese Witherspoon's in it. So we got Sarah Michelle Gellar and Reese Witherspoon in some erotic thriller. So got a lot to appeal to my Purian interests here. Okay, Sleepless in Seattle. And I've seen that plenty of times. It's all these women, sitting around crying over that stupid movie with Cary Grant and Deborah Carr, on top of the Empire State Building. Let me tell you what, when I saw that movie, what's the name of the original? The one they're sitting around crying about. Anyway, I can't remember, but anyway, when I went up on the top of the observation deck on the Empire State Building, and that wind blowing, and you're way up there, I'm like, I ain't meeting no lovers on the top of this thing, She can meet me down on the street, on the sidewalk. I ain't meeting no girls on top of this thing. Okay, she wants to go with me. She can meet me on the sidewalk. Okay, I have seen this Courage Under Fire. I have seen that one. Ocean's 11. That's a remake of the movie with this. This is a remake with George Clooney and Matt Damon and Brad Pitt of the movie with Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and all those guys. We got a whole bunch more to go through. A whole bunch more. A Blu-ray of 10,000 BC. I know nothing about this. It just looked like it might be interesting. We got Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, Annette Bening, Open Range. Nice looking Western. We got the complete second season of The Tudors. Okay. You know, which I don't necessarily think that this, I watched a little bit of this. I don't particularly think this actor looks anything like Henry VIII. You know, there's, but, you know, you got 4 discs here, and they're all here. And, you know, I do remember what I did see of it was kind of fun. And this is the second season, so we'll check that out. Okay, we got the original Men in Black. We got Men in Black here. We got The Counterfeiters, which is a foreign language movie, and this is about some counterfeiter in Nazi Germany. The guy was in jail, and then he, you know, like goes to work for the. He's in jail for being a counterfeiter, and then he like goes to work for the Nazis to like counterfeit Allied currency kind of thing. We'll and it's in the movie's in German and French, it says. So we'll check that out. Okay, I don't know anything about this. It's a Western with Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan, Seraphim Falls. I don't know anything about that. Okay, we got Missing with Tommy Lee Jones and Cate Blanchett, widescreen version. I have seen that and remembered that I thought it was pretty good. We got Congo with Laura Linney and Dylan Walsh. I haven't seen that, but we'll check it out. We got a Blu-ray of The Dark Knight Rises. You know, that's the one that unfortunately, you know, the guy, you know, went and shot up the theater in Colorado during the middle of. This is the one that I'm not sure if this is the one that. No, I don't think this is the one that Bruce Lee. This ain't the one that Bruce Lee's son got killed while making. That was that was The Crow or something. That wasn't a Batman movie. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, don't listen to me, y'all. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But anyway, we'll check that out. Okay, we got Robert Redford and Jeremiah Johnson. We got Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, which is a sequel. We got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, and it's a pan and scan version, but oh well. Hey, for 79 cents. Okay, we got a Mill Creek set about the Trail of Tears, about documentaries about the removal of the American Indians from the east. We got Troy with Brad Pitt, and I might have a copy of that already laying around. If I do, I can get rid of this one. We got Tom Cruise, Minority Report, based on the Philip K. Dick story. And I remember I kind of wanted to see this when it came out and never got around to it. And I've never rented it or anything. I've never seen this. So we'll be sure and check that out. Okay, we got the Ultimate 4-Pack Sci-Fi Movie Collection. This has got Will Smith, I, Robot, Independence Day, In Time, which I don't know anything about, Jumper, which I don't know anything about. I've seen Independence Day. Bridget Fonda, Point of No Return. I have seen this one. She's some convicted murderer who's been sentenced to death, but they're gonna give her a reprieve. She'll go be the spy and an assassin, which all of that's kind of far fetched, but I remember it was a pretty decent movie. We got Walking Tall with The Rock, and I remember the original Walking Tall with Sheriff Buford Pusser, which this here is something else, but we got The Rock. We got The Rock kicking ass. Walking Tall. We got Mortal Kombat, which I remember when this came out, but I was too busy. It looks like it was 1997, so I was busy working, trying to make a living and things, and I was busy losing my hair. Is what I was busy doing. I was busy. I was busy trying cases. I was busy putting people in prison for murder and rape and armed robbery and stuff. I didn't have time to watch movies. Okay, we got Rush Hour 2 with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, and I don't know anything about that, but we'll see. Okay, we got Classic Western Collection, 10 movies on 3 DVDs, starring Ronald Reagan, John Wayne, Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, Randolph Scott. So this is all going to be a bunch of stuff in the public domain. So we're gonna have a bunch of old westerns, going to be in black and white and stuff. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be bad, and that doesn't necessarily mean the transfer is bad. We'll just have to see. But these big movie collections are usually a mixed bag. Okay, we got Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, Travis Tritt, and Waylon Jennings in Outlaw Justice. No badges, no rules, no mercy. Badges! We don't need no stinking badges. Okay. We got The Pride of Jesse Hallam, Johnny Cash, 5 Minutes to Live. And it says Johnny Cash is Jesse Hallam, an illiterate coal miner from Kentucky who moves to Cincinnati so that his daughter can get spinal surgery. When he realizes he needs to support his family financially in the city, he learns to read and write by graduating high school. And then 5 Minutes to Live, Johnny Cash is Johnny Cabot, a tough criminal who is hired to assist in a bank robbery by taking the wife of the bank's vice president hostage. while his partner is at the bank getting the money. Cabot is at his house keeping the wife company, awaiting his partner's phone call. Pretty soon, though, things start to go awry when the robbers realize that the vice president may not mind having his wife murdered. And that stars Johnny Cash. I love me some Johnny Cash. Boom, 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 boom. And then we got another Mill Creek set. And this is 20 movie pack, John Wayne. It says 4 digitally remastered DVDs. So it says bonus documentary included, The American West of John Ford. And we got a whole bunch of stuff here. We got the Dawn Rider, Desert Trail, Lucky Texan, Neath Arizona Skies, Rainbow Valley, The Trail Beyond, Texas Terror, The Star Packer, Paradise Canyon, Riders of Destiny, West of Divide, Winds of the Wasteland, Helltown, Lawless Frontier, The Man from Utah, Randy Rides Alone, Blue Steel, Sagebrush Trail, Angel and the Bad Man, McClintock, and bonus documentary, The American West of John Ford. So, and looks like, all the discs are here and still in their cradle. So that ought to be interesting. Looks like we're talking about most of these big Mill Creek sets are a mixed bag. Okay, we got John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John in Grease. Okay, we got The Dark Knight, which I think I already got. We got the special edition of Young Guns. I like me some westerns. We got The Net with Sandra Bullock. And I remember this from back in the day. We got Logan's Run. You turn 25 years old and they're going to kill you because there's, overpopulation. So they can't afford to feed you. Once you get like older than 25 or 30, I can't remember what it was. It may be 30. Okay. Yeah. They kill you. They kill you when you get over 30. When you turn 30, you become a useless eater. So they kill you. Okay. And Logan is a sandman because what he does is he puts the old folks to sleep. Okay, so Logan is the Sandman. He puts the old folks to sleep, and that's what happens. Is Logan's about to turn 30, so him and his girlfriend escape from the Dome City out to the wilds to keep from being euthanized for being too old. Okay, so y'all can see I just went totally nuts here. But just look at all this stuff. 99 cents a piece. 99 cents, and she gave me about half of it for not all of it was 99 cents a piece. She gave me a whole bunch of them for 79 cents a piece, and I don't know what the difference was. Okay, we got Indecent Proposal, Robert Redford and Demi Moore. I have seen that. Timeline. This is about some people traveling back in time. Some time travel story. I don't know anything about that. Water for Elephants with Reese Witherspoon, Robert Patterson, and Christopher Waltz. It looked interesting. I don't know anything about it. It's like some love story. Okay, The Dark Crystal. I saw The Dark Crystal in a theater when it first came out. And I was still in high school. So I don't remember. Okay, well, it says 2005. That's when this DVD's from. Because that's not when The Dark Crystal's from. Dark Crystal is from back in the 80s. But I don't really remember. But anyway, we got the 300 Spartans. And I think I've seen that. We got the double secret probation edition of Animal House. I mean, I was just shocked at the stuff that I found, because I live in a little small town that only has, we have about 18,000 people, and the whole county has about, double that, add the rest of our county to it. There may be, 40,000 people, and I was just shocked at the stuff I found in the Goodwill in our little town. I really didn't expect to find anything this good. But we got the special double super secret probation edition of Animal House. Okay, and we got Gene Hackman with the Runaway Jury. Dustin Hoffman, Gene Hackman, Runaway Jury. I don't know if this is a John Grisham one or not. Okay. And that's not all, folks. We got a Blu-ray. A Blu-ray of Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah and Roxanne. Nice Blu-ray of that. We got Men in Black 2. We got the original silent movie of the Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney Sr. Now, how about that? Huh? We got the 2-disc special edition of The Incredible Hulk. What about that? Can't beat that. Can't beat that with a stick. All the stuff still here. We got another Western, Larry McMurtry, Dead Man's Walk. I think that's a sequel to Lonesome Dove. And I got Lonesome Dove in there. You know the rules, Jake. You ride with outlaws, you die with them. Well, at least I'm being hung by my friends. All right, we got King Phoenix and John Travolta in Ladder 49, movie about firemen. I saw Backdraft. I don't remember seeing that one. And then we got some books. We got for 50 cents, I Am Spock by Leonard Nimoy. I think that I might have this. We got Whittaker Chambers, a biography. None of these kids know who Whittaker Chambers was, but he wrote Witness. He's a guy that turned in Alger Hiss, who was a State Department guy who turned out to be a communist spy. I may have this book already. I know I do have a biography of Whittaker Chambers. I'm not sure I don't know whether it's the same one or not. It probably is, but anyway, hey, they sold it to me for 99 cents. Even if I already got it, so what? I can give it away. Christmas presents. And we got Elvis and the Twilight of Memory by June Wanico, who was, one of Elvis's girlfriends back in the day before, Elvis went off to Hollywood and got like really famous. And before Elvis went in the army and, picked up little Scylla, But Elvis and this chick were like, my understanding is Elvis and this chick were like really, really hot and heavy. If Elvis had just kept driving the appliance store truck, they would have probably got married and stuff, and had 10 kids, and just lived in Memphis, and we'd have never heard of him, Okay, well, that's my big, huge, gigantic haul from the thrift store. And I want to thank everybody for watching. If you've come this far, I've actually been talking for almost an hour. It's really incredible. So if you actually sit and listen to me babble for about nothing for an hour, I want to really, really, really thank you. And you can blame Heath at Cereal at Midnight for giving me the idea of doing this to begin with. And I'm Mark, the Bad Catholic. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. And if you like what I've got to say, or if you want to talk about anything, please hit the comment section. I do thank you once again. And this is the day after Thanksgiving of 2018, and I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday, and I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. All right, bye now.